Hello people, in this video let us try to understand expected delivery date, how to calculate. So if somebody is referring to a date called as EDD, what is the EDD? It is the expected delivery date or due date so expected delivery date, okay. So what are we looking at, guys? We are looking at obstetrics. So basically there's a concept here called as LMP, okay. What is LMP? Last menstrual period. It is actually the first day of the last menstrual cycle, okay. So this is a very important date that the lady has to give you, and from the date, from this LMP you have to add, from LMP you have to add 280 days, okay. 280 days. Remember, in 280 days, almost of the first 14 days she will actually not be the egg wouldn't have, the oocyte wouldn't have fertilized. In fact, ovulation itself wouldn't have taken place, isn't it? So anyways, that is included in the gestation, okay. Gestational age is about 280 days from the first day of the last menstrual cycle, and it should be regular cycle, okay. It should be the last normal menstrual period. So this LMP is the first day of the last normal menstrual period, okay. So remember, LMP is something that matters only if the cycles have been going on regularly, right? And this is her in every cycle. These are the first few days of bleeding, let's say. So LMP is where is LMP? LMP is sitting here. The first day of the last normal menstrual period is LMP. From this LMP you will add how many days? 280 days. So 280 days, at the end of it what will you get? EDD, expected date of delivery, right? So this LMP is very important. This is what you will ask in history. But if people don't remember LMP, then what will you do? Or if LMP that she gives is something that is not because of the regular cycles, maybe she has had lactational amenorrhea or withdrawal of contraceptive pills, so basically, or she has bled as a part of early pregnancy itself, so she'll give you that date, right? So LMP may not be correct, but anyways, so you will have to take the LMP. If it is correctly given, then you will take the gestational age. The EDD will be 280 days plus the LMP, okay. Now let us look at many ways of calculating the EDD. That is what we want to look at in this video, isn't it? How can you arrive at the EDD? One you have already understood. You will take from the patient word LMP, add 280 days to it, and here you have got the EDD, right? There is also a rule here called as Nagle's rule, okay. Look at this, Nagle's formula. What you can do here is you can add to the LMP 9 months plus 7 days. Guys, focus here. Are you able to see? To the LMP they are adding 9 months plus 7 days, okay. This is let's read the thing here. Adding 9 calendar months and 7 days to the first day of the last normal cycle, okay, that will give you the EDD, okay. So instead of adding 280 days, so let us say the LMP was let's just take just a sample date, okay, November 21st, okay. Let us say November 21st is the LMP, okay. So let us say November 21st. So you want 20 days after this day. How do I calculate? Where do I press? Okay, got it. So it is coming as August 28th. This is the date we are getting, okay. So now let us do one thing. Let us add. Okay, so what did we get? We took LMP and we added 280 days. We got from 21st November, we got it as the answer as 28th August, okay, of this year. So basically this will give you the EDD, right? So this is what we got by adding 280 days. This is what we got. Now we will do one thing. We'll apply Nagle's rule, okay. Nagle's rule, what you have to do, you have to add 9 months plus 7 days, okay. This we will do now. So come on, November, after November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, okay. Got August. Now I have got 21st August. To that I have to add 7 days. So what will I get the answer as? 28th August. So we got the same answer, guys. That is what you had to understand here. Nagle's rule. What is Nagle's rule? So you'll add 9 calendar months and 7 days to the first day of the last normal period. Alternatively, you can go backwards and then subtract 3 months or something, right? There is some other formula like that. Let's try that also. What do you see? Now 21st November, right? So you go back 3 months. How is that? November. Go back from November. What is behind November? My mind doesn't work that way. October. Before October, what is there? God. What comes? This is November. Go 3 months back, we are saying. November, October, September, August. Okay, I got August. Now, whatever that date was, 21st. To that you add 7, so it will become 28. So you should just take it as the next year. But wow, if you want, you can do that. Okay. We will just remember Nagle's rule as add 9 months and 7 days. Okay. Because everybody says you're pregnant for 9 months, 9 months. So we'll go with this. So then there is one more way of doing, right? It's date of fruitful coitus. Okay. So if you have date of fruitful coitus, to this you can add, how many days will you add, guys? You have to add, I'm sure, less than 280 days, right? Because this is when the fertilization occurs. So you have to add only 266 days here. Okay, let's try this. So what do you think the date of fruitful coitus will be if the LMP is this, plus 14 days, right? So let us say, are you able to see? So I want to do 21 plus 14 now. How to do 21 plus 14? So I'm getting it as 5th December, guys. To 5th December, I'm going to add 266 days. Just hold on and watch this. Is this correct? 5th December, I'm adding 266. Okay. Calculate. So what is the answer it is giving here? Please scroll and tell me. Same thing it's giving, 28th August. So we have achieved the same answer. Very good. Okay, so we got one more way of calculating EDD by the patient's words actually. One more is there, date of quickening. So if it is a primigravida, when did she feel the fetal movement? She will feel it around 18 week plus 22 week you have to do. If it is a multiparous woman, that means she has carried beyond viable period previously. She will feel it much before at 16 week. For her, you have to add 24 weeks. Okay. So let's not bother about that. Mainly we'll focus on this. Primigravida, she will, this lady is not telling you the LMP. She is only telling you that I felt the quickening on so and so date. Okay. So what will the date be? If she's, let us give some date. So this person is telling March 27th, they felt the quickening. Okay. So March 27th, if she felt, that means that would be around 18 week. So we will add 22 weeks. What is 22 weeks? What does 22 weeks become in days? That is 22 into 7. Can you tell me the answer? That is around 154 days, guys. So if you do the this also, you are getting same 28th August only. Okay. So this is yet another way of doing. So how many ways of calculating EDD you found? From LMP. Okay. Same thing, Nagle's rule and plus LMP, these two are same only. You're adding 280 days only. Okay, Nagle's rule is just a way of formula. No, instead of 280 days, how will you add? It's very difficult. So just add 9 months and 7 days. This is very, very important for the exam. 9 months plus 7 days, Nagle's rule, very, very important. Okay. Then date of fruitful coitus plus 266 you have to do. Date of quickening plus 22 weeks if it is a primigravida and 24 weeks if it is a multiparous woman. Okay, this is one way of calculating EDD. Now let's go to the other way of calculating. There are so many other ways of calculating, right? So how will you calculate EDD from clinical or previous records? Okay, clinical. So you can check the size of uterus. So basically, uterus, it will be 12 week, means prior to 12 week, it will be a pelvic organ. After 12 week, it will become an abdominal organ. So you will do fundal height, right? And you will be able to tell the, what height of the uterus will tell you the weeks. So here you can see 12 weeks it has reached this place, right? It is there, and after that you can see 16, 20, 24. So 24 is just below the umbilicus is 24, umbilicus just below the umbilicus is 24, just above the umbilicus is 28, then 32, then 40, then 36. Basically after 36 it has come down 40 because the head can engage, right? So where 40 is sitting, 40 is sitting between 32 and 36. So that is something you have to focus here. So after it hit this level, it has actually come down, right? So this is the way that you should be able to calculate the height, the weeks. These are the weeks, okay? So if it is just below the umbilicus, what will you say? She's 24 weeks carrying, okay? Then, what else? When can you feel the fetal parts? You can palpate the fetal parts at 18 to 20 week. Okay, if you want, you can, palpate the fetal parts 20 weeks. As early as 20 weeks. Then, auscultate the fetal heart sound. So, fetal heart sound you can auscultate when? Early as 18 to 20 week. Okay, using an ordinary stethoscope, and you can do with an ordinary stethoscope by this. But if you're using Doppler, you can actually find out even earlier. From Doppler, if you're using Doppler, you can get it by 10th week. And if you're using a Steth, S-T-E-T-H, is it? Steth, what is Steth spelling? S-T-E-T-H, correct only, but it didn't take the short form, okay? A stethoscope means 18 to 20 weeks, okay? This is the earliest we are telling you, earliest, because after 20 weeks, even at 30 weeks, you can feel the fetal parts and heart rate. Earliest we are telling you here, okay? Then what else? Let us go with everything that is clinical. Lightening. Lightening means when this, see, it hit 36 weeks and came down, right? So, basically, she will feel that lightening. She can breathe better, right? So, basically, the labor will commence 3 weeks after this. After lightening, 3 weeks, she can go into labor. Okay, so whenever she says lightening happened, you add 3 weeks, you'll get the estimated delivery date. As simple as that. How's it going, people? What are we looking at? Estimated delivery date, how to calculate. Okay, then the size of the fetus also will tell you, isn't it? The size of the fetus can tell you, right? You can know if this is but just by feeling. Actually, we are talking about clinical, not about ultrasound, but size of fetus can tell you the age of the gestation. Okay, then let us look at some things which are easy only. They are telling about vaginal examination and all. Let's not go there. Now coming to ultrasound. See, actually even HCG levels will tell you, right? We have already seen in HCG level video that gestational age you can predict using HCG levels, isn't it? Then ultrasound. Ultrasound, what and all you will see? Basically, you will calculate the crown rump length, CRL, right? So, crown rump length, it will tell you in the first trimester. Then the variation usually will be plus or minus 5 days. What else? Just at 5 weeks, you can see the gestational sac. Okay, just at 5 weeks. This is just at 5 weeks. Imagine, this is kind of like just after she missed her period, right? Crown rump length you can detect at 7 week. Okay, that will be approximately 10 millimeter crown rump length. At 10 weeks, it will be how much? It has to be definitely more than this. What do you think at 10 week the crown rump length will be? Rump means they're not calculating the feet, okay? They're just calculating till the buttocks, is it? So at 10 weeks, what will it be? It would have become 34 millimeter, okay? So there are lot of measurements, isn't it? So that's why ultrasound. Then what else? You can also find out what else in ultrasound. These two are in first trimester. First trimester you can find out these two. In second trimester, see, that's why they have something called as a dating scan, isn't it? In first trimester. Just to find out the estimated delivery date, they will do all this scan, right? And find the heartbeat, confirm the pregnancy. Second trimester, what will you see in second trimester? In ultrasound, you can calculate the biparietal diameter, the head circumference, then the AC and FL. Now, what is AC? Abdominal circumference, is it? What is FL? So, this is femur length, okay. So, apparently this ratio and all is very important for finding out if the baby is growing properly. Third trimester, they are saying, is not reliable, the scan, okay. So, third trimester, we told you that you can, what and all you can do in third trimester. You can do the fundal height, you can find out if the flanks are full, etc., right? Then you can, what else you can do? You can check for this lightening. Lightening also will occur in third trimester only, right? So, all this can help you in detecting the EDD in case you don't know the EDD. Okay. Then, coming to what else is there here? X-ray. See, X-ray they don't do in pregnant female, they don't do. But in case they have done, then you can check the ossification centers, the bones, right? Ossification centers, etc. Where and all you will check upper end of the tibia, lower end of femur. So you can look for bone ossification centers. Not done in pregnancy, but if it is done, then by the bone ossification centers you can find out. Okay. So basically reliable dates, all this is very important, guys. And variation with the ultrasound, how many days is it varying? If it is varying less number of days, they will say it's excellent dates, etc. Remember, if she cannot see the LMP as such as a date, she may be able to tell it as a festival or something. So you'll have to extract this data during history. So in this video, you have understood how to calculate the estimated date of delivery, okay, EDD. That's it, guys. That's all for now. Bye bye.